another project series, part 3. Now, like with the first two parts, part 1 and part 2, this vlog is going to be another maintenance vlog, and it is going to contain 2 different projects. Unlike the other 2 vlogs, we're going to do each project separately. With the first 2, I worked on both projects at the same time, and I was hopping back and forth between the 2. This one, I'm going to do one of the projects, get it done, put it away, and then pull out the second one. And the first project is a semi-quick one, and it is with these. These are out of my mausoleum. These are the little boxes I use to hold the urns, both the small ones, and then the big box holds the big urn back there. For those of you that followed along in my setup series this year, 110 setup, and I don't remember what day it was, but when we put the mausoleum together, I had some problems with these boxes. For the 2020 season, we didn't have any lights in them. So last winter I went through and added an orange LED to each of the boxes to light up the urns, which worked. People noticed the urns a lot more, and they were asking questions and making comments and stuff on them. But during setup, I wasted a crap ton of time trying to wire these up, had a lot of failures, and by the time I finally said the heck with it and just went with what I had 3 or 4 boxes that would not light up. So I need to go through, double check all the boxes, all their lights. I'll be using the power station to make sure the LEDs are working. And on the ones that don't light up, don't have an LED that's working, I'm going to have to get back in and replace the LED on the inside. So we got that to do. That won't take long, to find the problem. Replacing the LED will, because there'll be some drying time involved with it. Basically what I did is I cut a channel on the top of the box, drilled a hole right about there, put the LED in, and then ran the wiring through the hole, put wood filler over the top of it, let it dry, and then painted it. And that wood filler takes a while to dry. But the other thing I want to do too is how I hook the LEDs up. I was using, for all my low voltage, I use the automotive quick connects, the ones that are for 18 gauge wiring. I just go through and snip those on to make all my connections for powering up. With the boxes, we were having problems with those, so I'm going to do away with the automotive quick connect. And what I'm going to end up doing is using stereo speaker jacks, like you find in the back of your stereo. You plug your wires into that. And I'm going to be permanently attaching these to the wires, and a lot quicker, a lot easier for hookup. I can just daisy chain all the boxes together instead of having to use the automotive quick connects. It'll go a lot quicker for setup. So I've got to go through and basically maintenance and set these up for those. And I think it's time we get started. Well, made some progress. I went through and tested all the boxes. Everything worked but these 2. And looking at my walkthrough video and some of the scare cam footage for the mausoleum, I only had 2 boxes that weren't working. And that was these 2 here. Now when I originally made these, I went through, tested them, everything worked. What I found was the problem, the reason why they weren't working, is one of the leads in here going to the LED was broke on each of them. And when I originally made them, the contacts were still touching, so they worked. With all the moving around that they do, going from here and over into storage and out to the haunt and stuff, the lead had pulled away from where it was supposed to join, causing it not to work. In other words, one of the wires came off. So I pulled both the LEDs out of both boxes, did up 2 more, got them put in here. Now we're going to take some plastic wood. It's basically a wood filler made by DAP. And I'm going to fill this in, let it dry, and once it dries, I can take it out and repaint it. Now I'm looking at some of the other boxes and stuff, and they've all got some scratches and nicks and dings and stuff in them. I think I'm just going to go through and repaint the outside of all the boxes. that'll be the last step in the project, and I doubt I'll show that. But right now, I'm going to get the wood putty in these, set them off to the side so they'll dry, and we're going to get started with the rest of the project. Now, I went and measured the holes on the walls in the mausoleum where the boxes go. And most of them hold 2 boxes, one below and one above. I'm going to use a measurement from the bottom one, and I measured up to the top of the wall, and it's about 4 feet. Or, just slightly under 4 feet. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take some additional speaker wire. I'm going to measure it out to the 4-foot length. I'm going to attach the wire to the wires on the back of the box, and then add the speaker jack to it. So like I said, I'm going to fill these with putty. I'm going to start attaching wiring to these, and we'll just go on from there. Okay, we got the wiring done on the back. I just added on a 4-foot extension of wire, soldered it on. Now, down here at the other end, I need to start attaching these. The red lead to the red plug, the black lead to the black plug, and they're just soldered on the back. No problem. My thing is, I need to be able to attach these to the mausoleum when I go to install the box, and I can run these over to a wall member and attach these to a wall member. I went and did these up. It's just a little wood block made out of a 1x2, and these divots fit right in the holes there like that, and then I can run a screw through on either side of it to attach it to the block. These other 2 holes I drilled in is what I can use to attach this to the mausoleum. Just run a couple screws through there to hold it up. I've got to go through, split the wire, put it through the block, attach it to this, and then attach this to the block. And I got to do that with each box. It'll take a little bit of time, but not a lot. Oh, there you go. I got 2 of them done. Wires go in the back, attach to the plug, mount the plug to the box, and when I install the big box in the mausoleum when we're setting up the haunt, I just attach this to the wall. Now I've got 2 of them attached because there's actually 2 lights here. Now I could have just, joined the wires together there and did one pigtail. I said the hell with it. Just left them separate. Not overly worried about it. But now that the big box is done, I can set it off to the side for the moment. And I got to go through and do this step here with all the small boxes. All the small boxes will just get 1 plug to it. Well, as you see, I'm out in the main shop, and we got a pile of boxes here, and we got a basket of a couple of boxes there. It's big ones for the bigger, and it takes up a lot of room. Last stage on this project, I've got to go through, and the ones that I end up having to replace lights on need to be light sanding. And I was looking at all the boxes. All the boxes could use a light sanding, which means I'm going to have to go back through and repaint the outside. So, what we're getting ready to do, I got the sander out. We're going to go through, give them all light sanding, and then we're going to repaint them. And then we're going to set them off to the side for a couple of days, and then we can put them away, and the project's done. This will probably be the last segment on this project. So I'm going to say right now, even though I'm not, project 1 done, because you won't get another segment on it. So just basically some light sanding, some painting, and we're finished. Project 2, we'll show you in the next segment, I hope. Well, good morning and welcome to the second project for the vlog and our second project, photo hallway. I got 2 tubs full of photos, and I got a stack of larger photos that won't fit into the tubs. They all need work. Have been needing work for quite some time. Now I've got 2 different styles of photos. The first one, and this is one that needs some work, Bloody Mary. Good friend. Lives in, if I remember right, Branson, Missouri. Over the course of my vlogging, every so often I did some contests. contests basically were, you know, like a 500 subscriber contest or a 1,000 subscriber contest or, you know, what have you. And I told people, if you wanted to win a prize, send me a picture of yourself in your Halloween get up, you know, however you were made up for Halloween. People send in photos. I've kept all the photos from all the contests. And the caveat was, is when I was doing the photos for the photo hallway, as part of the contest, I got permission from those people that sent in pictures at the time. You know, that I would use their photos in our photo hallway. And Bloody Mary sent me in one of her pictures. Well, I've got quite a few of these. Some of them are just fine, no problem. Mary's, on the other hand, I think one year got hung underneath a drip or something because the picture got wet and it's distorted the picture. I've got a couple others in the tubs are worse. So what I need to do is I need to go through and redo all the pictures and stuff in, you know, in the photos, you know, fix the ones that need to be fixed. That's part one of this project. The other half of the photos are some scene setter portraits and that I've gotten over the years. And I went and added some RGB light strips to the inside so they actually light up. You know, makes the picture glow. When I originally did the project, I had a bunch of scrap RGB light strips, you know, that I used to do the picture frame. It doesn't take very many of them because they're small. But I went through and used up all my scraps and what have you. Well, I'm running into a problem now with the photos, not the photos themselves, but with the RGB lights are starting to fail. I've got an RGB light strip is a little square, has a bunch of little squares on it. They have 3 LEDs in it, a red, a green, and a blue. And you can set them and program them, you know, to do different colors, you know, by combining the red, the green, and the blue. Well, some of the RGB light strips in some of the photos, the green LED has failed, or the red, or the blue, or a red and a blue, and I only do green now. You know, the RGB light strips need to be replaced. I need to go through all of these, open them up, take the old RGB light strips out, and put in new. So I was going to do that, and that was going to be all I was going to do to these picture frames, was just go through and rehab them. But you know, I'm looking at them. Mary's picture on the frame, I went and drilled a little divot into the frame and then inserted some gems to it. Love that look. On others, I went and used hot glue and just did a decorative pattern around on the frames. Or I attached miniature skulls or other items just to decorate it. And I'm finding some of them are starting to come apart. You know, the decorations are coming off. And the frames are looking pretty dinged up and what have you. So I'm thinking I might also add to the project by going back through, cleaning off the frames and repainting them. So the project's gotten a little bit bigger and it's going to take a while to do. Anyway, that's the project. I got to go through, freshen up the frames. I got to replace RGB light strips where they need to be replaced, and I need to refresh the pictures in the others. And it's going to be fun. Not sure where I'm going to start. I guess I could start by dismantling. Well, we're out in the main shop. Before I get started on the frame project with you, wanted to show you these. And you're not going to be able to get a very good look at them because they're hanging up. I just got done spraying them. But they're a wire frame of a project that we started last year. You remember right, I was rehabbing the spider display. We were going to turn it more into a snake display. And we got everything in the display done except for the 2 pneumatics, the attacking spider and the jumping spider. What the holdup was these. It's made out of round rod welded together. This stuff here. And I suck at welding round rod. I have a neighbor who's turned out to be a really good friend who is an excellent welder. He did all my welding for me on those. Problem is with his family life and his work and everything else, it was hit and miss all last year. We never even got started. Thanksgiving weekend, he came over, hey, I've got a couple hours free, do you want to get started on that project? I had all the round rod and stuff bought, and we started doing the fab. I started the fab work on this, and he got the basic structure welded together. Well, that was back around Thanksgiving. Once he got off his Thanksgiving break, he was back to work, and didn't have any time for almost 4 weeks. Actually, it was 3 weeks. Finally, he's on winter vacation now. And he contacted me and said, hey, let's get that project done. And I said, okay. He came over, what is today? Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday. He came over on Tuesday. 9 in the morning, and we were out here until 4 o'clock getting that all wired up and welded up. We worked nonstop on it, but we got both the heads done. This big one is going to be going on the attack spider, and that one's going on the jumping spider. And now that that main skeletal structure is done, it's up to me. I've got to attach some wire mesh to it, and I'm going to use flex paste. That's that rubberized kind of like joint compound to skin them and stuff. And then Sue-Ann's going to be doing the bodies and stuff on them for me, sewing those together. But that's a project that we're going to be working on later in the year, not right now. I've got the picture frame project to do, and then I've got 2 other projects that need to get done first before I can mess with those. So, but anyway, I posted some pictures up on Instagram and shared them over onto Facebook of those just here at lunch. And by the time you see this, it will have been about a week since I posted them. You know, you'll get more info on them and the actual prop build on them once I get into doing that project. But it's going to be a month or 2 before we do that, so you're going to have to sit and wait. Now, right now on the picture frame project. The project has turned out to be a bigger project than I had originally planned. Originally, I was just going to go through and put new RGB light strips in here. But I got to looking at them. The frames are getting marred up, dented up. Some of the detail work in the gems and skulls and stuff had fallen out and been missing. They needed to be rehabbed. So I stripped them down. On these here, they're just going to be sanded, repainted. These, on the other hand, these strips is what holds the back piece and also holds the RGB lights. Originally, I didn't glue them on. I wanted them removable in case I ever needed to remove the picture and replace the picture. So I just tacked them in. Well, when I took the back off, these things started to pull loose. So I'm going to secure them a little bit better on here. So I got to go through all of them and get those secured. And then they're going to have the same thing. I'm going to go through and sand them down and repaint them. And we're going to redo on some of these new patterns with gems and the skulls and stuff. So we're going to be doing that. So it's going to be a while before I actually get into doing the RGB lights on them. Well, we're back downstairs, sanding and painting, and first part of rehab is done. All the frames are sanded, and we decided to go with black. Originally, we did 3 different colors on the frames. We had a brown, a gold, and the black. I decided to keep everything uniform this time, and we're just doing everything in black. So we did that. And then on the back side, I pre-drilled some holes and ran some screws in to more permanently mount the wood blocks in. Our next step is I've got to get my RGB light strips attached. And it's fairly simple, fairly straightforward. It's a matter of measuring out what I need for this picture frame. Each one of these packets should do multiple, at least 2 picture frames. So, you know, these will go a long ways. I ordered 5 meters on those, so it should be about 15 feet, I think it is, or whatever a meter is. But anyway, I got to cut them to length, hot glue them in, and then I can come back through and put the back piece back on, and that will be done. I got to remember, before I put the back piece on, I need to get in with some Windex to clean the back side off, because it's kind of dusty from the sanding process. But that's the next step. Get the RGB lights in, get the back pieces on. Well, I got you a look at all the picture frames. They are done. Now, a couple things I want to touch on is these here. This here. This is the brain box for the RGB light strips. It plugs into the pigtail. Let's see, there's a pigtail right there. And this is what controls all the different colors using a remote. So I think there's like 24 or 26 different color combinations that you can do using this little box. That's the original box. Now, if you remember, I believe it was late last season, I ordered some new RGB light strips to redo the 2 of the smaller light boxes. When I bought those RGB light strips, I ordered them with the sensor. You can get the RGB light strips either separately or with the control box. I ordered it with the control box. What they sent me for control box is this here. It's the exact same thing as this, with the exception of the box. If you're to open this box up, basically what you're going to find is that inside. So I figured, since I was redoing all the RGB light strips in the thing, I'd upgrade all the boxes. Some of the boxes are starting to act wonky. I've had them for years and everything. You know, I'm still going to keep them, you know, just have them as a backup in case one of these goes bad. But we got, you know, I went through and I replaced them all. So I won't be using these anymore. We'll be going to these. Now that's brought in one nice feature. When I was using the old style of box, I normally mount the box at the top of the wall and had to do a really long lead from the box down to the picture, which was a pain in the ass. With these new ones, now all I got to do is drop a power line down the wall, and this can sit on the back of the picture to control the picture. So that is going to help. Now that the pictures are all done, they've all been converted over, fresh RGB lights. We redid the designs on the front of them. what have you, I can get those put away. Am I done with this project? No. I went and I ordered quite a few RGB light strips, which are over here in this mess. I ordered 30 rolls of it, and I'm not going to need all 30 rolls, so I'll have some extras laying around. But I've still got 9 light boxes that need it. I've got the owl and the bat light box, which goes in with the picture frames in the photo hall. I also got the hallway one that goes in with the picture frames. I'm going to replace the lights, RGB lighting in them. That's all that needs to be done with those. They don't need any touch-ups or anything. I did that last year. I also got the 4 stained glass dragons that go in the cemetery. Those, I'm going to replace RGB light strips in those, convert them over to new light strips and the new control boxes. I also have our hours sign and the rules sign that have RGB lights. So since I've got all the fixings and stuff out to do RGB lighting, I'm just going to go through and get them all the way done. That way I'm done messing with RGB lightings for this time at least. Who knows, I might do some more RGB lighting or something in a project later down the road, though I don't have anything planned as of yet. So hold on, we'll give you a shot at the all the light boxes with the new RGB lights in using the new control box or panel or switch or doohickey or whatever you want to call it. Well, that's it. Every light box for the haunt has now been updated. Picture frames are done. Just gotta get cleaned up and put away. So this vlog is done. Before I sign off though, next couple of vlogs, which will be up in the new year, one will be up sometime in January, are not going to be maintenance vlogs, just so you know. They're both going to be brand new projects for the 2022 season. So stay tuned. First one should be up mid to late January, I'm thinking. I don't know how long the project's going to take. Being a new project, it's hard to tell. Other than that, time to bring this to a close. Stay tuned after I close it out for a special announcement. Stay spooky, stay toxic.